Welcome all. Welcome to another day of AGILE Scrum, and let's get started with a reminder that is of the ground rule. For that, I'm going to share my screen in front of all of you, and to confirm if you all can see my screen. Yeah,
Yes.
can you? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So very first one, because Agile is full of ceremonies that demands you to show up live, and it means that you be on time, remain punctual, and remain highly committed when it comes to attending and conducting ceremonies. And it is also said that how you do anything is how you do everything. How does it applicable over here? In case you are not at all habituated um, to this habit, it will be quite easy if you take this training itself as a project. By repeating it over here, you will become habituated to this. And while you do so, uh, you automatically, because start with learning, you automatically become student, but we don't want you to be the student. We want you full stack student who does all the assignments, do self research, and repeat what they learn. That makes you full stack student. Third, while you do so, when you start what you complete, you automatically hit the success. We want you to take the full responsibility of that. That is easy. But also when you don't, uh, it hurts the failure. You need to take the full responsibility of that as well. And when you do that, you will realize there are chances you may correct it back, and you will realize failure was not a failure. That becomes the trail to the success. And the fourth one, to do so, it really require a concrete mindset, starting from inculcating learning mindset that makes you more positive minded. More positive minded, you will become more complaint free. More complaint free, you will go. You will find yourself getting into more gratitude, and that makes it um, a concrete mindset. But it requires to get started by increasing your receptivity from the day one. And for that very reason, I recommend generally a 30 days challenge. This is a recommendation. You must attain it every single day. You need to listen to this, and you will see how it is impacting every single activity of your daily rituals or daily chores. And you will be more amazed to see the outcome of it. And second, uh, when you are getting into deep learning, let's get started with the golden quadrant of learning. It means that it will include 4 steps. That first, you need to declare with the anchor, then take a deep dive towards the learning, and then draw whatever you have learned within less than 24 hours using pen and paper, and then summarize it back in a video form, either in less than 90 seconds or maximum 3 minutes of video. That will to make your memory retainer capacity stronger, and you will be amazed to see the way you will evolve even if you don't have IT background. That will help you to shape up as an expert. And this is a journey from novice to expert as well. So let's get started with the declaration with the anchor. So what I'm going to do is that I will say I will anchor it first. How I am going to anchor? I'll say 1, 2, 3 and clap, and you also need to model it by giving yourself a self high five, and then repeat after me what is selected on this screen. So can you all see the selected statement on the screen? Just unmute and say yes if you can see
Yes.
that selection. Okay, let's get
Yes.
started,
Yes.
everyone. So
Yes.
one, 2, 3, and clap and repeat. I'm a quick learner.
I am a
I'm a
quick
quick learner.
What others can learn and master,
What
what others
others
can
can
learn
learn
and
and master,
can that too.
I too can do that.
I
I
too
too
can do
can do
that.
that
One more time with the next statement. 1, 2, 3, and clap and repeat. Because I'm an awesome learner.
because I'm an
Because
awesome
I'm an
learner.
awesome learner,
Today's learning is going to be
Today's
today's
learning
learning is going to
going
be
to be
super duper easy to me.
Super
super
duper.
super
duper
duper
easy to
easy to
me.
me.
Yes, it is going to be because you said so. And in case some of you felt a bit awkward what I'm doing here, remember the sixth code of honor that asks you to be the giver. So keeping ego away on the path of learning, that makes you more spiritually grounded on the path of growth. Spiritually grounded means your happiness level increases, and happiness is today's new productivity. and that is the demand of the corporate. And while you do so, you are not here just for the learning. You are here to get place, and not just to get place, but to also earn. And you are not just to earn, but also make more money. So it is said that what you want to make more of, you should start giving away portion of that. And for that very reason, in case you are already earning, start giving away 5 to 10% of that earning to the charity, or in case you are not earning, at least have an intention to give away to the causes wherever you believe in, because when you give, you grow. When you receive, you may survive. And I'm sure that no one wants to just live survival life, but also want to grow. And just don't give away for the sake of growth, but also to inspire others. And while you do so, appreciate what you do, what others do for you, and even what does not seem that is helping you, continue to do so, because what you appreciate appreciates you back. So these are the 6 guidelines we are going to follow together. And days how we are going to remain connected, starting from Sunday, technical session, Monday another technical session, 10 p.m. EST. Coming week we will be changing the time, just a heads up to you all. Tuesday we will be attending RRP session that enhances your visibility, credibility, and marketability. Wednesday you need to do the assignments. Thursday again you need to repeat RRP session, the reason is behind the same. And Friday you need to do the assignment, be it said or unsaid. And Saturday you can choose to relax or have a breather day, or do the research in your favorite topic, or repeat through the recording, or prepare any question that you want answer of on the next coming technical session. So this is how we are going to remain connected. Is it clear to everyone? Can we start proceeding directly to the learning? Say yes,
Yes.
if it is clear. Thank you so much. Prerna, just wanted to quick check with you. Is it okay if you can start today? Sprint planning meeting is there. So I'm sharing my screen. Just let me know if it is okay to start this for you. Prerna, you there? Can you hear me? Okay, looks like Prerna is not there. Just give me a second. Okay, so let's get into the quick checklist of sprint planning meeting role wise. So what is for Scrum Master? What is for product owner? What is for development team? I want uh 5 different people to read the bullet points mentioned in the Scrum Master column, please.
Video conference, screen share, and or Polygon access information setup and share.
Yeah, next one.
Schedule meeting space.
Next.
Publish agenda.
Next one.
Check calendars for company holidays, training, events, travel, and employee time off.
And the last one. Anyone?
For tactile artifacts, replenish supplies of my makers, post-its, 3x, 3 into 5x cards, pens, pins, etc.
Okay, thank you so much. So for any meeting, be it a sprint planning meeting, but yeah, here it is mentioning especially for a sprint planning meeting. These are the accessories required to complete a training. This is Scrum Master's responsibility to make sure that all the video conferencing tools are available, all the meeting is scheduled well in time. The information has been floated to all the concerned team and department who are going to attend the meeting. They are going, Scrum Master is the person who is going to check the calendar, so that he will be and everyone will be aware who is on the leave, when is the public holiday, and when is someone on day off or something like that. or any event which is coming, any training is planned, any travel is planned for someone, why he needs to make sure that these all are aligned with the calendar, so that accordingly the date of sprint planning will get fixed. And while this is happening, even 3 by 5 means there are some post-it sticky notes, some plank cards will be available, pen, pencils, and even notebooks are required, or it is already given to the attendees well in advance by the office. It will make sure everyone is carrying that. And in fact, all inside arrangement, including the whiteboard marker and whiteboard if it is required, LCD projector, whatever is required. So it is every single minute thing will be arranged by the Scrum Master, making sure that everything is functioning to make this meeting successful. Is it clear? Every tiny responsibility of the sprint planning meeting will be on the shoulder of Scrum Master. Do you have any question towards this direction, asking that, okay, is this also Scrum Master is supposed to do? Any such question is there in your mind?
No.
No.
Okay, okay,
So
great.
the sprint planning meeting is a duty of the Scrum Master, right? That's all.
Yeah. So it is duty of Scrum Master to organize it well. So I want now, yeah.
Yeah, just a moment, Gaurav, Molly here. And it's not the daily stand-up meeting. It's a different than the daily
Yeah,
stand-up meeting.
sprint planning
Sprint
meeting
planning
actually
meeting.
where you plan. Okay,
Mhm.
the sprint is not yet started. Just before starting the sprint, you are planning for the kickoff, not exactly kickoff of meeting, but any sprint before it begins, you need to plan. You need to assign the task to individuals, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you will
So this is
discuss.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Which happens maybe once in a month, maybe. It
Yeah,
could be,
once in
right?
every sprint. Once in every
Okay.
sprint. And
Depends how
depend.
long the sprint is.
True.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. And towards the start of the sprint always. So I want now to someone to read these two bullets from the product owner columns.
Ensure the backlog item candidates are ready according to the team's definitions or ready. If a definitions of ready exist for the team.
Yeah, someone for the second bullet point, please.
Make sure all the skills and capability of the team members are known and are generally aligned with the needs of the backlog item candidates for the sprint.
Okay, thank you so much. So first of all, when we are creating backlog items, it is already well created. The prioritized item is picked. So item is referring to the candidate over here. So backlog items or candidates are ready according to the team's definition of ready. Team definitions of ready means user story will be very much clear what all the user stories are going to be in the place, and the requirement behind it should be very, very much clear, so that when it comes to estimation and planning inside the sprint planning meeting itself, will be very much audible by the every team member to the product owner, so that he knows that who will take how long, which department will take how long. And that's the reason it says that making sure the skills and capability of team member are known. When it will be known that who is the coder, who is the business analyst, who is the tester, and who is the architect, everyone, if it is evident in the meeting that who will do what task, then accordingly each and every product backlog item candidate can be assigned to the everyone. So towards product owner, the responsibility is what? Defining the candidates that will go in this sprint as per the priority and the clarity behind every candidate. When I'm talking about the candidate, it means product backlog item will be very much clear and can be conveyed by product owner to business analyst, and if needed, business analyst in the same meeting can convey and clarify any doubt behind that meeting, behind that requirement in the meeting itself. So any question around this product owner's responsibility, how he sets the goal and prioritize every single sprint backlog as
So
a
Gaurav,
sprint.
BA should also be there in this meeting.
Of course, everyone has to be there in the sprint meeting,
Okay.
the sprint
Okay.
planning meeting.
So the product backlog item candidate is a person,
No,
right?
no. So as I say, product backlog item is only getting referred as a candidate over here,
Candidate is not a person.
not a person.
Like, so candidate is the thing which
Item,
they are going to develop. Okay, item.
yeah.
Okay.
So it is referred as a candidate. Sometimes, see, in a corporate world, when we refer to any user story, sometimes we refer it as a candidate, as well as sometimes we call it as a guy. Okay, sometimes
Okay.
we call it as an item as well.
So it's user story
It's
basically,
user
right?
story. That's right.
Okay, user story is referred as
Features,
candidate.
yeah.
Features, okay.
Yeah. So user story is referred as candidate or backlog item, or sometime just in the flow, you will see that product owner get to refer it as a, okay, are we developing this guy or not? Because I have
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, something like that. So
Okay.
this is the corporate language. Yeah, by the way, you have raised your hand as well. You have
Thank you.
question. Yeah. So whether you have raised your hand, you have question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just have a question about the Scrum Master part. I know although you moved to the product owner. So when you talk about prepare and publish the agenda, what exactly is the agenda? Like, what does it look like when when you're talking about that agenda in terms of what the Scrum Master is going to prepare?
Okay, so what a Scrum Master will do, Scrum Master will consult this guy, product owner, and he will get all the clarity that what all PBIs they are going to discuss inside. So that's number one. So he will publish it, the user story numbers. Okay, so that if time permits, everyone will go back and refer to into the project management tool, and they will see what explanation behind all those user story are already mentioned. So in case someone will have any query, they will come prepared with the query itself. That's number one. So all the user story number will be written over here. Then A&D task will be referred. Okay, we will be discussing A&D behind each these user story. Then estimation and planning will be there behind each user stories, and clarity session behind these user story. So these all things are minimum basic agenda. So basically what happens when he is sending the meeting invite, he will also he can also, it is not mandate, but he can also put the user stories number to be discussed inside the meeting, so that everyone is clear. That is the bare minimum requirement when it comes to inclusion of the agenda from Scrum Master's end. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gaurav.
You're welcome. So yeah, so we are clear with Scrum Master, we are clear with the product owner. Let's get towards development team. Who is the person? So here one thing was also very important. Coming back to product owner, it is saying that for every user story or every product backlog items, the definition of ready exist. So when we are talking about definition of ready exist, means user story is well created. Yeah, Malavika, you have some question. You can ask.
Yeah, just about the candidates thing. Like while when we read the guide, it like the persona, the candidates were referred like while we are creating the user stories. Is that so that you what you were referring to, like what exactly means? Yeah, while writing the user stories, they use a language where as who they are doing,
Yeah. So language will come
as
to
a
this. listen,
Okay.
Malavika. So there will be a dedicated session where we will be talking about user stories, how it is, the format of writing of the user story, and of the acceptance criteria. There will be a complete dedicated session on DOD, that is definition
Okay.
of done, and DOR, that is definition of readiness. Okay. So
Okay. So
in that we will be covering.
those personas are what you are referring here, the candidates?
Not
Or no?
personas, not
Okay.
personas. Every product backlog item will be called as candidate when
Candidate. Okay.
when it becomes the part of sprint. Got it?
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So any other question? EPSA, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so Gaurav, just wanted to understand this thing that sprint duration is decided only after writing the user stories, right?
No. So who confirmed the sprint duration, and from where the confirmation gets coming in?
From the Scrum Master.
From master.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Product owner, I think.
Product owner.
Yes, product owner. And product owner, from where product owner gets to know, okay, we need to finalize sprint of 2 weeks or 4 weeks
I
or 1
think the
week.
developer
Development team.
team
Development
tells
team.
them,
No,
tells him.
no.
Okay.
Or the market
Business user.
trend?
They all together discuss it.
No.
The
So
team.
it initially comes from the customer, how frequent he wants delivery. Okay. So in the first
Okay.
discussion itself, when customer shows interest, okay, I want every day build, or I want, okay, you can deliver me every week, or it's okay, you can send your release after every 2 weeks, or every month, that is after 4 weeks. I'm okay with that. So once that is finalized, then Scrum Master publish the release plan. Okay, that on this day we will be releasing you the sprint, we'll be releasing you some work, and then that gets communicated inside the team that, okay, this our sprint is going to be 2 weeks long, 3 weeks long, or 4 weeks long. Yeah. Any further question, guys? Okay, so I'll take this silence as a no question. So let's move to this development team. I want someone to read the subtitle of development team column as well as the bullet point inside it.
Development team plans the work to be done and determines how much it will take. Update the team's definition of done as needed and make sure it is easy to reference during the meeting.
Yeah. So now here development team is the group of people who will be working on every candidate. That is the product backlog item. Okay, now it is becoming the sprint goal. Now they will be working every single, now the candidates will be converted into the user story. User story will be further extended as a feature, sub feature, or task activity. No more theory will be there, and the final item, or say final what you call final candidate or final ticket, because everything once broken down will be broken down in the form of the ticket, is going to be actionable item. Okay, not anymore any theory. Okay, so it starts with requirement is always theory in a nature, then it becomes user story, that becomes somewhat of functionality. Now functionality has to become the action item, that developer will do what for this, he will do coding, he will do design. So those user story, just give me a second, those user story will be further broken down when the action item or activities, it will be assigned to every individual. Means one user story's action item will go for business analyst, same user story action item will go for coder, same user story action item will go for UX designer, same will go to architect, same user stories action item will go to testers for their own activities. And what their own activities will be for tester, it will be test planning and testing, test planning and test execution, architect to establish the communication between two different modules, and for coders it will go for coding purpose, for UI UX design it will go for designing purpose, for BA it will go to add more information when it comes to creating the giving the format to the of the user story and explaining back more requirement. Either they themselves will write or develop acceptance criteria, which is definition of done, as well as they will explain the same thing to testers to write it down. So this is how development team will be enhancing their work. And against that, they will be quoting how long it is going to give them the complete time, give them complete time it will be required to, how long it will require them to complete it. So this will be coming from the development team. So this is how these three, or what you call, three different roles will be acting inside the sprint planning meeting. Is it clear to everyone? Yeah, can we move to the next slide where it has been explained more well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in a better manner, it says that Scrum planning process is of 3 steps. First, we give the input, then actually inside the planning happens and they come out with the output. So what will be the input? Input comes from the product backlog item. Yesterday, Prerna was talking about the capacity and velocity. Yes, I'm going to provide you small video where myself have explained, and further after my explanation some candidate also have explained the same topic of capacity velocity. Even that video I'll be providing. And then any constraints, any limitation will be there to develop that. Just give me a second. Yeah. So any constraint that will be visible, that will be discussed inside it. And then what is the current product status? Have we started well on time, well before time, or we have delayed? Everything will be communicated inside this planning meeting. And how we are going to develop, what we are going to develop will be pretty much clear, and who will be working inside that. So how, what, and who, everything will be clear in the sprint planning meeting. And at the end, sprint backlog will become the sprint goal, and it will be assigned, task will be assigned to every individual. So is it clear what happens exactly inside the sprint planning meeting? Even the estimation are taken in the sprint planning meeting itself. Based on in this sprint itself, we have to complete. So every conversation happens inside sprint planning meeting, how you can, what all you can do and contribute in this every single user story or product backlog. So any question around it? If no, then we will get into straight away how in the sprint planning meeting is structured as well. So can we proceed further?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Let me get there. So I want someone to read the first title and the scope part for sprint planning structure, please.
Sprint planning is typically split into 2 parts. Part 1, scope. The team selects which items from the prioritized list of ready product backlog items, usually expressed as user stories, they forecast they will be able to complete during the sprint.
Okay.
Here's the
Okay.
sample of...
Just wait,
Okay.
wait. Okay. So till now, what you have read is that it is structured in 2 parts. So first part, it has scope, means what we are going to develop, what we are not going to develop, what has been asked to us. So this clarity will be given into the sprint planning meeting in the scoping part. Okay. And everything in the sprint planning meeting is first will be user stories, and this user whose story has to be completed in the coming sprint, that will be declared for sure first. So I want someone else now to read the last line of this paragraph as well as the first bullet point.
Here is a sample agenda for the first part of the sprint planning. What is the goal for this sprint? Use this as a decision filter to determine which product backlog items to include in the sprint.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. So now what exactly happened? What is the highest priority will be declared, and based on that, which user story is developed or which user story is responsible for that prioritized candidate that will be plugged with that user story item. So in a nutshell, if I need to say that how it gets divided, let me share whiteboard for that. Okay. So what happens? First, customer gives requirement to product owner. Okay. And the requirement is can be the requirement document developed by business analyst. So first conversation is cracked, okay, between customer and product owner, where business analyst may accompany them, and eventually business analyst will develop a document which will be called as requirement document that business analyst has developed. Now this requirement document will be broken uh, will be broken into multiple user story and use cases, but now the same clarity is with the product owner. So product owner will design multiple epics. What they will design?
Epics.
Multiple epics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So epics is a theme, that one-liner explanation of the highest requirement. So this is high level of requirement. Now, user stories, what has come from this guy, from the business analyst, will be mapped with epics. So it may happen that one epic will have the multiple user story 1, 2, 3, and of course the requirement will be part of multiple epics, that is E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, something like that, and every epic will have multiple user story. Now that user story is being developed, now one user story may have multiple, feature or sub feature, and or it may not, it may directly be, okay, directly will become the action item, or say activities, or say activities, or say task or subtask. Okay. When it will become the subtask? When it is coming from any feature. Okay. It is task, and then inside task it will be subtask. So ultimately you will see that everything is part of task and subtask task, that is the action item. Okay. So every individual action item will be assigned to every individual, but those are part of user story itself. So user story is where the entire explanation goes, and that's the reason user story is highlighted. Okay. However, it is parent will be epic, and its children can be the task or subtask as a part of activity. Is it clear to everyone? Yeah. Say yes if you are getting it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of
So
course, yeah.
let me reshare my screen. Okay. Towards the slides. Okay. Looks like screen is a little slow. Yeah. So I want someone to read the last bullet point over here on the screen, please.
What product backlog items are ready and contribute towards the sprint goal?
Okay, so when we are talking about items are ready, means its explanation is ready, its user story is almost ready. What exactly will go inside that product backlog? It is more visible. Business analyst can stand up and can explain, can provide all the BPM, to which we will be calling it as a business process model. So everything can be clarified from business analyst. If those data are ready, you can consider that that backlog item is ready. Okay, and if that backlog item is that ready, then any individual can take the charge of developing that further, and test team will be ready to expand its test planning document. And once it is developed, thereby they are ready to execute it further as well. So once scope is ready, then how the scope will be achieved, even that has to be ready. But let's see further what else is there in the scope part. Okay, so let's continue. So I want 4 different people to read these 4 bullet points for me, please. Go ahead.
Who is available for the sprint? Identify any vacations, holidays, other activities that will impact everyone's availability during the sprint.
Yeah. Next person.
What is the team's capacity based on everyone's availability?
Okay. The third bullet.
What
What
items will the team include on the sprint backlog based on the sprint goal and the team's capacity?
Yeah.
How
And
confident does the team feel that they will be able to meet the sprint goal?
yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. So ultimately, you have to take care of these things, that every single team member has understood that what is coming as a work to them. Okay, and it should be so much easy to understand, and so much easily it has to be clarified, that everyone feels confident. Okay, this can be easily plugged into the development part and can be developed easily. But how you will identify who will do what? For that, it must be very much clear that these tasks are going to come in the coming days. We happen to target to complete it well in time, and for that you should be, as a product owner, very much clear that who is going on the leave and for how long someone is going on the leave. And if it is going on, someone is going on to the leave, whether you're you know uh, planned work is impacting or what. That is one part. Second, if some vacations are coming, some holidays or public holidays are coming, so you are well aware of those things, so that planning will be very, very much smooth. And just give me a yeah. So what I was telling, um so everyone's availability will be visible based on their day off, even that is known to product owner well in advance, so that it can be assigned to the every individual. Okay, so this much of detailed activities or detailed planning will be done by the product owner, and also he may take the help from the scrum master to know this important information uh, about every single candidate who will be participating in the sprint planning, or whoever is taking ownership of those planning. And accordingly, whether they are able to so sometime what happens, we hire some candidates. It is not the part of agility. In agility we don't recommend, but once in a while you will get to see that some are shared resources. If we have somehow shared resources, how long he can or she can contribute in this my project, and based on that the user stories, or say sprint backlog can be assigned to that candidate as well. So Ketan has some question. Ketan, yes, go ahead and ask.
Yeah, hi. So I just want to ask you that is there any cross-functional team, like
Yeah.
one team is
Okay, so the thing is that looks like the kind of a question I'm getting. So every time what happens, people are very immense from no background they are coming. So we take them very gradually, and then whatever topic comes in, they get it. Okay, so we have dedicated topic and lessons to our self-organized team and cross-functional team. So we will be talking about that. In fact, everyone is a cross-functional team. So in every agile team, those are called as cross-functional team because they are cross-functional. They are coming from a different functional background. So we will be talking about that, Ketan. Okay?
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. So yeah, Ipsa, you have a question as well.
So yeah, Gaurav, one thing I always get confused with is is product owner is from client side, or it may or may not be from client side? So this is something I want to
Yeah,
understand.
so product owner is not always from the client side. It has to be at vendor's end. But yes, it doesn't mean that at client side there won't be any product owner. At client side also product owner will be there. So how does it function? So say for example, client ABC has partnered with vendor XYZ. Okay, let's go more in. So there is a Mastercard is a product-based company. It has got own card. Okay, so Mastercard has outsourced its some activity to IBM. Okay, so now there is one small team of IBM and small team of Mastercard. They will be communicating with each other. Now at IBM side, there will be a product owner who will be communicating with the Mastercard. To whom they will be communicating with? Of course, they will be communicating with all the responsible stakeholder. Not only always the PMO will be sitting, the entire senior team will be sitting towards this discussion, because now it has come towards the development. Then from IBM's also product owner will be communicating with the product owners at Mastercard. Okay, even they have some business analyst, even they will have some architect who will be transferring some knowledge to the IBM team. Accordingly, IBM will be working and behaving. They don't have that smart resources sitting in the Mastercard company, and then they have chosen to outsource the entire thing. Of course, the inside company, inside the market, Mastercard, all those responsible BAs at their end, Scrum Master and everyone, entire team and system will be there accordingly. Okay, Ipsa, did you get your answer?
Thank you so much, Gaurav.
Yeah, so both will be plugging with each other and they will be
Okay.
working in the cadence. Okay.
So in certain situation, there is a possibility the product owner is only at the client end, not at the vendor side. So it depends on certain situations, right? Depends on the
No,
projects.
at vendor side, there will be product owner. I
There
didn't
always
say
be
in this
product.
explanation that there won't
Okay,
be any
okay, okay,
product
okay.
owner at a
Got it.
vendor's end. So I only said additionally that there will be a product owner at customer end as well as at vendor's end. So in none of
Okay.
the scenario that vendor side, there won't be any product owner.
Okay. Okay.
But there are again a situation, some team will be directly hiring the smart working people. So some company does not have management. They are some what do you call, uh, um, they are just a capacity provider company. Capacity provider, they are just a hiring company, and their job is to just plug them with the company, and there you will see that product owners are choosing only the candidates, and those candidates are just reporting to the product owner. So in every way these are situational, but product owner has to be there at the vendor's end anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So any other question, guys? If not, we will move further. Yeah, so I'm going to move further.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
scope
Gaurav,
part.
let me know when you want to take a water break, please.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
can you take from the planning part, Prerna? I had called your name initially, so I
Sorry,
thought you
I
were
I,
still.
I didn't get that. Sorry. Yeah.
No problem. So yeah, you can take from the planning part. Okay. Are you going to take it from the slide? I'll be
Yeah,
on mute.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yes. So as we all are listening to Gaurav explaining in detail about how the meetings are conducted, who are the attendees, how it is continued, who are the people involved in the entire process. Let us know how it is structured in the going forward in future when you have to conduct such meetings. That time you would have a better idea about how to go ahead with this. So first and foremost is the part 2 of the planning structure is uh, how to plan such meetings. Okay, so I'll just request two people to read this out for me, please. Two different people who preferably have not spoken till now in the session can read this out. Yeah.
The team discusses in more detail how they will deliver the selected product backlog items.
Thank you. Next point, please.
This may include identifying tasks for the product backlog items, whether there are any dependencies between the items, and signing up for the initial product backlog items that each team member works on.
Okay. Thank you so much for reading it out. So first point is the team internally discusses in detail that how they are planning to deliver the selected product backlog item. So it's quite simple to understand. That means, see, tomorrow, if imagine if you are all are a part of a Scrum team and we give you a project to work on. So then whenever you get some work, first and foremost thing is you sit together as a team and discuss how we are planning. You may ask that, okay, you guys are saying these are highly skilled and very talented and the resources, and why they have to sit and discuss and internally. So simple point is they should, as a team, they should know what is the priority, what is the timeline, and how well they have to deliver, like well as in how fast and with good quality. So when team sits together and they discuss about the work items, everybody gets an idea about what will be the overall timeline of delivery, what is the actual complexity of the task, what is the scope of the task. So everything is being discussed and everyone gets an understanding of what is the task they are going to get, and how well and by when they have to complete. So it's simply a discussion to understand what is the task in hand and how well that can be completed. Okay, it's quite easy to understand. Still, I thought of giving you some further explanation. So yeah, and second point is, sorry, yeah. So you have to identify the task. See, it's already related to what I have been explaining to you. So basically, you have to identify what your task is from the backlog item, and as a team, we have to know what are the dependencies. Now you may have the question, what do we mean by dependencies in the task? Like, so imagine like any web application, any mobile application, just I have in front of you, like for example WhatsApp. Okay, now you tell me, can you use WhatsApp without signing in or without giving your phone number and uh, authorization, like you get an OTP when you install WhatsApp for the first time and all that. So can you use WhatsApp without doing that on your phone?
No.
No.
Yes or no? Simple.
No.
Yeah. No. So can we say that we have a dependency to use WhatsApp unless the login in WhatsApp is that functionality is completed? Can we say that?
Yes.
Yes. Or simple, any other example is like everybody uses online banking services, like any of your banks. Do you use online portals, HDFC, ICICI, any other? Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, we do. Yes.
So can you access your account, or can you check your balance, or can you transfer your funds unless you log in into the system?
No.
No.
No. Simple, right? So same way, it is a very simple example I'm giving you, but in real life, when we are developing applications, there is a lot of dependency of one functionality on other. Okay, that can be complex, that can be in a different way, but right now I'm just trying to give you from understanding point of view, that as a team they sit and discuss that, okay, we have to complete this first, then we can move on to the second task. So like very simple example is, okay, let us develop a login page. Okay, then once we develop a login page and authorization, authentication of that user, like, okay, check the user ID and password, store it in the database. If that is properly stored, next time prompt the user to sign in again, and when the user tries to sign in again, check that user ID and password with the stored database details, and if that matches, then only allow. Then in case, you can also ask them for a captcha or for something additional security, and then everything goes well, then they will be logged into the system, and then they can do their other businesses like transferring funds or opening RD or a fixed deposit, or just checking their balance or checking their bank statement, account statement, whatnot. So imagine all these things have dependencies on each other. Unless you log in, you first of all, you cannot see anything. Second, your data has to be ready. If your data is not already stored, how can you show that data on the screen, right? So I don't want to get into the complexity of the development, but just want to highlight that as a team, we have to, as a Scrum team, they sit together and they understand and they discuss that, okay, how the activities or how the work items need to be planned and delivered. Okay. And by the way, the last line, when we say signing up for the initial product backlog item, that each team member means whatever team member has taken the work items from the product backlog, you ensure that you work on them by taking care of the dependencies. Okay. Any doubts in this? Can we move to the next slide? Yeah. Anybody? No?
Yeah, sure, move. No.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, Gaurav, we can go to the next slide, please. Okay, now again, my favorites. See, the image is so colorful. It has arrows. It is showing you a certain movement. Okay, so let's start with the left hand side. Can everybody see a gentleman with the name written product owner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So by the way, this is the entire sprint planning process that we have been discussing till now. So see, product owner, and then below, can you see a stack or pile of items? Yeah, and it is mentioned, what it is mentioned. Can somebody read it out if it is visible
Product
for you?
backlog. Product backlog.
Yeah, and it is mentioned here, creating the product backlog. Okay. Yes, everybody can see this. Yeah, just
Yes.
expand
Yeah,
your screen.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, just
Yes.
zoom in. Yeah. So as a product owner, you create the product backlog, and then below, how you get those items, there is an arrow that is mentioned, planning a project release. So to plan a project release, we have to, as in product owner, has to create a product backlog. Product release means, it simply means, if you want to complete a product, or if you want to complete a project, you have to ensure that you are creating a proper product backlog. Okay, everybody understands this? Yes?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. Now, on the right hand side of the product owner, can we all see a Scrum Master, a lady?
Yes.
Yes, Scrum Master and development team.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yes.
have you noticed development team members are all in different colors, and as in, see, all these images have something to tell you deeper than the only picture. So why these people with different hairstyle, different hair color, different dress color, is just to highlight that these are diverse, skilled resources, right? They are, most of the time, if you want to show a team, the icons generally are of same color or same shape, right? I don't know you have noticed or not, but generally it is the same. But that this changes a lot in Scrum, because we keep saying that The team is highly skilled and diverse. Okay. So we have Scrum Master along with the Scrum team. And now, if you could see below, there is an arrow coming from creating the product backlog. Can all see orange arrow? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you able to read what is mentioned there just next to the arrow?
Sprint planning,
Sprint
6 to
planning.
8 hours, 1 working day, less than 1 working day.
Yes. So what it is saying is that to get into a particular sprint, we have to plan that sprint within 6 to 8 hours, like within a day, working day, and that all data comes from product backlog. And can you see a smaller version of product backlog in a different color mentioned as a sprint
Sprint
backlog?
backlog. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So anybody who might have had confusion till now that why we have these different backlogs, what do we mean by sprint backlog when we have the product backlog? It simply means, sorry, just give me a second. Thank you. So it simply means that we have a dedicated and entire bigger list of work items, like I would say a whole and soul list of work item, that is called as product backlog. And from that, we keep taking the work items for every sprint, and that is called as sprint backlog. The simplest example that can come, that normally comes to my mind, is product backlog is your entire year's syllabus if you were a student, and sprint backlog is like your each SEM or each unit test syllabus. So for every exam, you take out that syllabus and you complete it, and you give exam or you deliver the whatever uh, you have studied. And then though in exams that gets repeated in semester, but herein, once we complete that, then we go to the next sprint with the fresh sprint backlog, unless we have some leftover items from earlier sprint. Yeah, everybody understands this? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, try to get this, that the beauty of this diagram is, till now, whatever me and Gaurav have been trying to explain you in detail, in theory, in points, everything in all the slides, that that entire crust or entire, I would say, understanding is given in this single slide. Okay. So all the explanation in detail is kind of it comes to this diagram. So if you understand this diagram well, if you know what is mentioned and how it flows, you can very well explain the entire Scrum planning process on your own, and you can even conduct the future meetings or planning a task on your own. Okay, so just try to focus on that. So there is one more turquoise or aqua color arrow from sprint planning, right? Can you all see light blue color?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That arrow goes to a bigger circle. Okay, that is 7 to 10 days or 2 to 4 weeks sprint traditionally. Okay, so we will stick to 2 to 4 weeks, because generally we speak of scrum or sprint in weeks. Okay, so let's stick to the weeks part. Okay, I would request 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I would request 5 different people to read out the sentence or details written on the each dotted arrow. Okay, can everybody see the purple, the blue, the green, the red ones? Yeah, just read it out
Yes.
one by one, please.
Where?
Daily Scrum meetings,
Daily
stand up 15 minutes.
Analyze,
And
design, build.
testing acceptance criteria.
One second. The voice is little lower, so I'll request whosoever is reading it. Okay, sorry, my voice was a little low. Yeah, can we start it again? And only one person at a time. If somebody is speaking, other can take a back seat and they can read the next point. Yeah, Can we please start? Because I want everyone to understand what we're reading. Yeah, go ahead.
Daily Scrum meeting, a stand up 15 minutes.
Okay, so everybody knows this concept? Everybody knows this activity? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, guys, unmute. I'll request everyone to unmute and just say yes or no.
Yes.
We are not
Yes.
asking any questions. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes.
Next phase, please.
Analyze, design, build.
Yes. Does everybody understand the development phase? Team
Yeah.
analyzes the work,
Yeah.
design,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Yes.
entire development phase. Yes. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Next, green one,
Testing
light green
acceptance
one.
criteria.
Sorry, testing the
Testing
acceptance.
acceptance
Yes.
criteria.
Thank you so much. So yes, after the development, the obvious stage or the most important stage is testing.
Testing.
Yeah. Everybody is with me on this. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Next point.
Sprint retrospective, sprint review.
Okay. So does everybody know this? We discussed it yesterday only.
Yes.
Sprint
Yes.
review is
Yeah.
with for the customer, for the client, for the stakeholders, and sprint review is for internal understanding of how well we have done or how well we could have done, what we achieved, what we couldn't achieve, and everything. Yeah. And do you see there is a circular motion? So it's like a cycle that keeps going for every sprint. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Yes.
circle
Yeah.
with an arrow. Okay. Also, there is one more circle of 1 day that is especially for daily scrum meetings. Okay. So daily scrum meetings are every day. That's why we have the smaller circle for 1 day. So now coming towards the end, can someone read the two sentences mentioned in the purple at the right hand side corner?
Sprint
Deployment and
retros
distribution, shippable product features.
Yes. So ultimately, it's deployment or distribution. That simply means delivery. Everybody understands
Yeah.
DDD.
Yeah.
Deployment,
Yes.
distribution, delivery.
Yeah.
Deployment
Yeah.
means, transferring the done work to the customer. That simply also means delivery in IT terminology. So fine. See, and it's also mentioned shippable product features. Okay, so that means bug, and by the way, the most important part is bug free. That simply means whatever development you as a team have done, ensure that there are no bugs. Okay, so tell me, is there any confusion in this diagram anybody has? Please unmute all of you. I'm requesting everybody who might be half asleep or who might not be speaking in the session. Everybody, please unmute and say, I do understand. No, I have a doubt. Anything. Or no, just simply say no. But please unmute and say, there's so many people who are
Yeah.
always on mute, guys. We need to hear your voice. It's an interactive session. So
Yes.
any doubts
Yes.
in this diagram?
No.
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 No?
No doubt.
No
No.
doubts.
Everybody is
We
okay with
understood.
it?
No.
Is
No.
it is it is it related to what we discussed till now? Yes,
Yes.
guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
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 Easy to understand?
Yeah.
Can
Yes.
Yes.
so
Yes.
if I request you to make a small video of explaining this diagram, no, you can simply take a printout of this, or you can simply uh show this picture, or you can simply have this picture in your hand and explain this entire process in a couple of minutes. Will you be able to make a video of it?
Yes.
Are
Yes.
one of the assignments?
Say
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Sure.
Are you willing to take this opportunity? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
so much for all the yeses. So what I would suggest is, tomorrow, because today tonight it will be late
Yep.
for you guys. Tomorrow, once you are fresh and you are ready, please take a printout. Preferably, why printout? Because when you're speaking, if you have that printout in front of you showing to the screen, it will be like a presentation. Okay, so have that thing, and please prepare a small video wherein you can explain this. And why I'm telling you this is because when you explain and speak about all this, your understanding gets clearer and better. Okay? Yeah, Gaurav.
That's
Gaurav,
true.
we can go to the next slide. Thank you so much for your responses. Yeah. Yes. One more diagram. See, to be very honest, I personally love diagram. I've always done because they have such a greater impact on your memory, on your brain, that recollection is not an issue. When we read theory, we tend to miss out on some of the points because it is very monotonous. But when we look at the diagrams, even right now, I'm pretty sure you all might be having that vague image of, okay, a product owner, a scrum master, then the team. It is so easy to recollect and understand. So same way here again, we have the sprints, the entire process starting from, can just different people read out the captions written below the circles? Yeah, starting from left to right. Yeah, one by one, please.
Project vision.
Release
Perfect.
planning.
Perfect.
Release planning, yeah.
Yeah, then we have planning.
Sprint planning.
Implementation.
Yes, planning, implementation. Perfect. Then
Review.
yes,
Re-
next.
Then daily scrum on top.
Retrospect.
Okay, yeah. So I was coming to that. So see, with planning, we have sprint planning. With implementation, we have daily scrum. It is coming out of implementation. Yeah. With review, we have sprint reviews. Okay. And with retrospective, we have sprint retrospective meetings. Okay. And then when we complete this cycle properly, we get to the deployment. Yeah, easy to understand till now what we have explained. Yes, no any doubts? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
what we
Perfect.
do on a Scrum print on a
Sorry, I didn't get you.
no, I'm good for this.
Yes. So also, see, and what I recommend is, if you are having a notebook or a diary for your revision purpose, for interviews or just to highlight about the concepts, try to draw these diagrams on your own. Okay. I know the earlier diagram was quite a bit bigger, but why I'm asking you to draw the diagram is because when you draw, you write the things, right? So you will make a circle and you'll write project vision, so that will get into your mind. Then you'll write, okay, planning, implementation. So when you write, as in I'm asking you to write on a pen and paper. Okay, you can very well draw it on laptop or something, but then please go back to our age old writing with pen or pencils. It has a greater memory impact, trust me. I think we all remember our nursery rhymes and school poems still now than other online things what we keep reading every day, right? Because it has a different meaning. We wrote it, we read it with the book and with the paper. So same way, we encourage everyone to go to the old school way, have a notebook. You can always make online notes, no problem about that. I know it's easy to copy and paste, but for better understanding and grasping, please have handwritten notes. Maybe they can be smaller, small points, and these diagrams also try to draw on your own. Okay. Yeah, Gaurav, we can go to next slide. Thank you. Yes. See, I think we did learn something like this yesterday also in detail. So what was the input, stakeholders and working, and how the implementation happened, and what was the output, like delivery. So same way for the sprint planning, we get the input, we know, and we
The
discuss
how,
who will do
the
what and
who,
how.
the what.
Simply means, guys, if you're not speaking, please go on mute. Yeah. Simply means who will do what means which team member will work on which work items, and how they will achieve it, how means within which timeline, and in case of complexity, whom to approach, and then ultimately the output comes. Yeah, it's very simple. It's just a simple looking but important diagram, so you know how it flows. And by the way, always focus, everything is always in a circle. Yeah. Gaurav, can you please take it from here for some time? I need to attend to something. Yeah, just give me 2 minutes. Yeah, I'll be just back. Gaurav?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, guys. So in sprint planning, you know what we discuss. What is input is the product backlog item. Output becomes the sprint backlog. And in the planning, what happens? We discuss about the who, what, and how. So who will do what and what will be done means what all backlog items and how we are going to deliver it. So we in fact discuss these all. So let's continue with the sprint planning and we'll look at the how part. And I want someone to read the bullet point mentioned in the how. Yeah, go ahead.
The development team plans to work necessary to deliver the sprint goal. Ultimately, the resulting sprint plan is a negotiation between the development team and the product owner based on value and effort.
So the how part is quite easy to understand over here that the work in hand that is going to be delivered, those become the part of the sprint and that appears as a sprint goal. So anytime uh, we are focusing on the outcome and when we are here to discuss the how, so we discuss if any dependency is there on anything, dependency upon any other user story, dependency upon any other team member, and dependency even upon the requirements. So even everything will get clarified, then we are very much and pretty much clear on the how part. Plus one thing is also important is how long. How long means who will take how long. I mean, we if we are getting some input that is different effort from different people, we can definitely, as we discussed yesterday, we will make the average out of it and we will finalize that effort or we will finalize that contribution from the team member as a finalized one, and we will go ahead with that. Ultimately, the declaration will come from product owner who will be declaring that how long one user story has to be, and that will go inside as the planned hour inside the project management tool like Jira or say Azure DevOps or something like that. Okay, I want someone to read three different people, three bullet points in the who part.
You cannot do sprint planning without the product owner or the development team.
The next
The,
bullet.
pro- the product owner defines the goal based on the value that they see. The development team needs to understand how they can or cannot deliver the goal.
Yeah. So, and the third one?
If either is missing from this event, it makes planning the sprint almost impossible.
Yeah. So, understand this is quite another plays a significant role that who all will be available here. So, entire team, entire development team, entire Scrum team has to be there. But product owner who runs the show means he is not just a Scrum master who arranges that meeting, organizes the meeting, but product owner who chairs this meeting, who runs this meeting, and make sure that it's always towards the value oriented. Means towards the end, it should be very much clear to every individual that what value add will be there by every single person, and it has to be understood by every single person. And not only just that how you can deliver it, but also you need to start thinking that how you cannot Is there anything which is hindering? Is there anything that will stop? Why you need to focus on that, so that you can come out with the plan. You will come out with the you will express the way out to overcome any problem that will be hindrance or that will be stopping to move it ahead. And this is why this both things are important, because both things will open the path towards the delivery. Okay. And last one says that if either is missing the event, it may. Okay, so if you are not aware of the how part or the who part, of course the sprint planning meeting, in fact this entire sprint may not move ahead. So this is simple meaning behind this last bullet point, and thereby you understand the how and who. These are the inputs. So let's explore this input further with the output as well. So here I want two different people to read these two bullet points for me, please. Two new people. Go ahead.
A great starting point for
Yeah, continue.
the inputs. A great starting point for the sprint plan is the product backlog, as it provides a list of stuff that could potentially be part of the current sprint. The team should also look at the existing work done in the increment and have a view to capacity.
Exactly. And the second one, someone else, please read it.
The outputs, the most important outcome for the sprint planning meeting is that the team can describe the goal of sprint and how they will start working toward the goal. This is made visible in sprint backlog.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. To understand the input part, when input part is there, as you know that it is coming from the backlog item itself, and there will be some dependency that few items have been already previously developed, and it requires to be plugged in with the newly coming item which will be developed, and the integration has to happen. And depending upon this, some past work which has been done, you can state the capacity as an individual, how long you will be taking, if in case similar module you have already developed, tested, or worked upon or released it in the past. So if similar item is coming in the next sprint, you can definitely based on that give you the new capacity or new effort about that particular item, that particular candidate, or say the backlog, sprint backlog, that is going to be the sprint backlog as a sprint goal. And thereby you are very much able to see, this is going to be very much evident that what all is going to be lined up as a outcome uh, for this when the sprint, exact sprint in which you are participating, sprint planning meeting, once it will get over, towards the end what you are going to give. So prior itself, during the sprint planning meeting, are you able to visualize what you are going to give, how it is going to function? If you can have this blueprint very evident inside the planning meeting, it will be quite evident once you release it out. Okay, so for that, visualization part is very crucial, and how it can only happen when you have clarity based on the past experiences that you are quoting as a effort in the sprint planning meeting, so that you will have the very clear outcome visible in the towards the end of the meeting, that is in the sprint planning meeting. So these are the crucial item. If entire thing has to come into the pictorial view as a part of process, then it will come like this. Here you see someone is sitting and moving different backlog items, product backlog, from one column to another, to another, to another. Say for example, it is to do, in progress, tested, testing in progress, or tested, and then done. Okay, something like that. And then you are moving this, few are in to do, bringing into the sprint planning meeting to discuss. People are discussing over here, and then as a outcome, you are going ahead, start working towards it. That becomes the part of sprint goal, that has to be the target. So I want two different people to read this two different bullet point, please.
Gaurav, I'm back. Okay.
Okay.
So let me know if I can take
Yeah,
this.
you can take this Scrum sprint, Prerna,
Sure,
please.
I'll,
Yeah.
I'll do that. Yeah,
Right.
thank you. Yeah, guys, please. Two different people, preferably who have not spoken till now. Please go ahead.
Scrum sprint is repeatable, fixed time box during which a done product of the highest possible value is created. Sprint lies at the core of the sprint agile methodology and can be thought as an event which wraps all other Scrum events like daily Scrums, Scrum review, and sprint retrospectives.
Thank you so much for reading it out. So yes, sorry, something with my voice today. The Scrum sprint is a repeatable, fixed time boxed event. Okay, so repeatable, everybody understand. Fixed time box means every sprint has a certain amount of duration. It's fixed, so it's a 2 week sprint, 3 week sprint. Okay, so that's why it is called as a fixed time box during which a done product of the highest possible value is created. Now everybody knows what is a done project, done product, guys. Definition of done we have learned. Done product. Any doubts? What is a done product? Yes,
Ready,
no,
ready,
okay.
ready to deliver.
Yes, ready to deliver without any bugs after proper testing. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Everybody
Yes.
okay with that? Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so
Yes.
what this statement is trying to tell us is that within this fixed period of time, we have to deliver the best quality product that we have been that as a team we have been working on. Okay. Sprint lies at the core of the sprint agile methodology. That means the core functionality implementation dependency is on the sprint pattern, right? So 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and how we conduct that, how we implement that is very, very important. That we all have understood. And can be thought of as an event which wraps all other Scrum events like daily Scrum, review and retrospective. So basically, the statement means all the daily meetings, all the other ceremonies are kind of bundled or kind of wrapped up into this sprint. So that's why the sprint is a like wholesale, a bigger event conducting all the other ceremonies. So yeah, everybody understand this? Any doubt in this? Yes, no?
No doubt.
Yes?
No, no doubt.
Yeah,
It's kind
understood.
of like a revision of what we have learned till now.
Mhm.
Yeah, in a summary, in a nutshell. Yeah, next point, please.
A sprint is one time-boxed iteration of a continuous development cycle. Within a sprint, planned amount of work has to be completed by the team and made ready for review. Scrum projects are broken down into small and consistent time intervals referred to as sprints. They can be as short as few days and generally are no longer than 3 to 4 weeks.
Absolutely right. So again, guys, this is I guess a summary. So we have mentioned how much is the duration of a sprint, not bigger than 3 to 4 weeks, and it is a time box. We just discussed what is a time box or fixed time means. Fixed time or time box means a certain confident or particular amount of time that doesn't changes. So it's a continuous development within a sprint. In every sprint a certain amount of work that was committed, that is completed and made available for review. And projects are broken down into smaller sprint that we all know from the beginning. So it's basically, by the way, it's an important word is broken down. Scrum projects are broken down into small and consistent time intervals. Okay, consistent. Why? Again, because a sprint is of a fixed duration and it doesn't change. So you will never come across something like, okay, this week, this month we have 2 week sprint, next week we have 4 week sprint. So no, if you're following Agile and Scrum, of a sprint is it's confirmed, it will be a same duration every time. So if it is a 2 week sprint, it will be a 2 week sprint. Okay. Reason of whatever we have learned and discussed till now. So next screen, please, Gaurav. Anybody has any doubts, please feel free to speak up. Yeah, Gaurav. Okay. Yeah. Someone can read it out. It's again more or less like a revision. We'll just go through it.
During a sprint, there is a development team that comprises of cross-functional members who are capable of achieving the sprint goals. This could include software engineers, architects, programmers, analysts, system admins, QA experts, testers, UI designers, and etc.
Thank you so much for reading it out. So, right. So have you noticed who all are involved in a development team? So when we say a development team, there is a tester in it, there is a UI developer in it, there might be a web designer in it. So development doesn't mean only programmers. There are testers, there are architects, there are BAs, right? There are certainly BAs. So everybody understands when we speak about a development team, who all are its part. Can we recall that in by practicing? If somebody, see, it's not a direct interview question, but it's good for your understanding. When somebody says, okay, there is a development team or development team, you should know what they are speaking of, right? Yes.
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 Yeah. So when we say we have highly skilled, cross-skilled team members, so this simply means these are the team members that we're looking at. Okay. Yeah. Next screen, please, go. Yes. Okay. So, guys, again, this is all a revision. So I'll just request three of you to read it out for me, please.
There is a sprint planning meeting. The length of the sprint planning meeting is proportional to the length of the sprint.
A 4-week sprint should be planned in no more than 8 hours. A 1-week sprint should be planned in no more than 2 hours.
This meeting determines what the goals are for the sprint. Based on the team velocity, a set of features are pulled from the top of the product backlog to the sprint backlog for the coming sprint.
Thank you so much for reading it out. So yes, we understand, again, highlighting on how much should be the length or duration of the sprint planning meeting. And it is mentioned, if a sprint is a 4-week sprint, the meeting should not be more than for 8 hours. So simply given a kind of like a proportion or ratio. If it is a 1-week sprint, then meeting should not be of more than 2 hours. So basically 2, 4, 6, 8, right? So for 1 week sprint, 2 hours meeting, 2-week sprint, 4 hours meeting, and so on and so forth. The same way. So what should be the goals of the sprint that needs to be discussed in the meetings, the capacity and velocity of the team that we have to focus on. And yes, it simply means what is the product backlog and what is the sprint backlog that we are looking at. So I think we have discussed in detail about what is a product backlog and how a sprint backlog is derived from that. So this is basically your points to remember from this entire topic that we have discussed for last couple of during last couple of sessions. Yeah. So if nobody has any doubts, we can move forward. Yeah, Gaurav, please go ahead.
I think, Prerna, we have come to the time, so we can close now. Okay,
Yeah, but just one question, Gaurav. You are absolutely right. Do we have anything further in this topic
yes,
ahead, or
yes, we have.
okay, okay, fine.
I
Okay,
love
then
to come.
let's take a pause here.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, thank you so much, everyone. So please go back to WhatsApp group and please drop what do you feel like saying towards the end, and we'll review and mark your attendance as well. So recording will be provided, I think, by tomorrow to you. And thank you so much for showing up, interacting, and participating. We'll talk to you soon on next Sunday. and please submit your assignment. Okay, thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much,
everyone.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
Thank
participation.
you.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Good night.
Bye.
Good
Bye.
night.
Good night.